The car rental app Turo is working to understand how two of its vehicles were used in two deadly attacks this week. The Tesla Cybertruck that exploded outside of Trump's Las Vegas hotel and the electric truck used in the New Orleans attack were both rented via Turo. In a statement, the company's CEO says, quote, "Thinking about how egregiously the two individuals who perpetrated these heinous crimes abused our platform, I'm outraged. Despite the strong track record and as an immediate next step while we wait for law enforcement to conclude their investigations, we're consulting with national security and counterterrorism experts to learn more about how we can get even better and play our part in helping prevent anything like this from happening again." Eli Tan is a technology reporter for the New York Times. He joins us now from San Francisco for more. Eli, thank you for waiting, especially with all the breaking news that we've had. But first off, there might be some people at home who don't know what Turo is. I've used it. It's essentially you have a car and you rent it to me. But can you quickly explain how it is and how it works?
Yeah, so Turo is a car sharing app. Think of it kind of like Airbnb, but for cars. So I could go on there and I could, put my 2018 Subaru Impreza on there and I could say, okay, for $100 a day, anybody can rent it. And then like Airbnb, somebody can contact me and basically come and pick up the keys, and then they'd be paying for however many days, they wanted to use it.
So what
And
is the
some people,
background check?
they do really cheap rentals for $50 a day, and then other people do, these higher end cars like a Cybertruck or a sports car, something like
And
that.
what does the background check process look like?
So in order to make an account, you have to upload your driver's license, you have to put in your banking information and have an email. And then from there, it's not super clear. So in the Turo terms of service, they say that they hold the right to do background checks on any customer, but they're not required to. And then they actually told me today that they have this system, they call it the Turo Risk Score, where they basically do background checks on every user from something like 50, databases, and then they come together with a risk score for every user. And then the risk score is too high, I guess. That sets off some alarms. But they've also come out and said that, these two trucks that were rented and used in these attacks, these people would not have set off any of these background checks, and they didn't kind of have any kind of criminal history that would have risen to the level of alarm.
What steps is the company taking to try and prevent something like this? I mean, is there anything they can realistically do?
Yeah, I mean, they've said that they're working with intelligence agencies and, counterterrorism groups. But at the time, it's pretty difficult. They've also said that, these people, they would have been able to, the alleged attackers, fly on an airplane, rent a hotel room, rent a car from another service like Hertz or Enterprise. So, when you have people that are able to fly under the radar in terms of their criminal history, it's hard to stop them from getting in a Turo car.
What about at federal level? Any regulations that either exist or are being discussed?
Not that I'm aware of. Most of the federal regulations around Turo involve the insurance. There are some federal amendments in terms of like the liability for this type of stuff. And Turo has been in hot water before with, state regulators, but that's more on the insurance side and not on, the background check or safety side.
Eli Tan, thank you.
Thanks for having me on.